power poles fell down, and some of them are in homes. So I'm going to kind of get to that here in this live stream. But if you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure to like the video. Helps our page out a lot. Let's first begin with Dallas County. We've had a lot of reports on this storm of $half sized hail, anywhere from quarter to $half size with this storm as of right now. The hail core is currently southwest of Dallas. We've had, again, a report near University Park recently of quarter-sized hail, but it has been observed around $half sized hail near Irving and Cockrell Hill. These storms will be moving down to the south over the next several minutes. Storms overall are moving about 20 to 25 miles per hour down to the south. It is all outflow driven, by the way. You can see the outflow boundary very well pronounced here on radar. So that's obviously what we're seeing these storms develop from. A lot of instability as well. So we do have a pretty good setup for at least some damaging wind threat and maybe even some hail along with that, which again, we've already seen a lot of that so far across North Texas and primarily DFW. We do have a warning ongoing as well for eastern Dallas County. That's for Arlington, Euless, and Grand Prairie, and as well as Mansfield. This is for $half sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. I would go ahead and say that the hail threat is primarily going to be basically composed around this area near Cockrell Hill as well as just east of Grand Prairie, but obviously the potential for $half sized hail does exist if that storm is able to go into eastern Dallas County and eastern Tarrant County and extreme western portions of Dallas County over the next several minutes. A little bit more storm activity, by the way, back up near Interstate 30 as of right now from Rockwell back down to Heath. Back near Caddo Mills, we have a little storm, not severe, but a little strong storm potentially back up that direction. Again, our most recent reports, and some of these are actually kind of crazy, but one of the reports in Richardson was several 1 to 3 inch tree limbs broken, which is pretty typical, but we had 7 power poles reported down, blown over, and apparently some of these are laying on homes in Plano. So if you guys have any photos or videos of this, make sure to send them in to me, but I'll go and take a look at Twitter and see if we have any photos of that. But that's a pretty insane report. That's back up in areas like Plano as of about 45 minutes ago. That report, though, just came in moments ago. Back over in Lake Worth, we also have a report of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and that was from this storm that is now in southwestern Tarrant County. That is, at this point, no longer severe, but that is moving down to the south as of right now. We did have a report earlier of winds around 60 to 65 back over in Hazlitt, as well as some reports of quarter to $half sized up there in northern Tarrant County. At this point, though, overall, that threat seems to have gone down, especially with the storm that was originally producing it, which was this one that is actually, at this point, just become a regular ordinary storm at this point. Maybe some gusty winds, but definitely weaker at this point. We have a new report coming out of Runway Bay. This is another severe thunderstorm warning in Jack County, as well as southwestern Wise County, northern Parker County. This is for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. Warning details and locations are on the left side of your screen. But over in Runaway Bay, we do have a report of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming out of that area. Nickel and quarter-sized hail along with 60-mile-per-hour winds was reported in Runaway Bay. So that's our most recent report there. We have several strong storms as well back up here the northwest of that in northwestern North Texas, that is south of Wichita Falls. A lot of these producing winds between 40 to 60, as well as maybe some hail up to the size of Nichols back up that direction. But again, we do have an outflow boundary that is most likely going to continue to initiate storms over the next little while. You can very well see it here on radar. And again, that is also the outflow boundary is producing itself potentially some gusty winds around 50 to 55 miles per hour. I'm going to go and take a look at Twitter and see if we do have any photos or videos coming in on the power poles down in Plano. I'm going to see if we have any reports of that, because that is pretty insane to think. And again, the most recent report was 7 power poles are down and some are laying on homes. But at this point, I don't think we're seeing any reports of that, but I'm going to take a look, or at least any pictures of that. But again, if you have any photos or videos, feel free to let me know on, or send them to me on Twitter, as well as on Facebook. If you have those on Facebook or Instagram, again, I will go and show them. But I'm trying to see if we have any on here, which I'm not seeing any as of right now. But again, that was at 2:45, so it was about 45 minutes ago that report came in back over in Plano, which again, Plano's a pretty populated area. For those that are not familiar with the DFW area, it is a very populated region. I mean, there's a lot of people that live here. I used to live here, and that is why, again, this is kind of why I'm covering it. So let me go over and see if we have any reports though coming in on this area. I'm not seeing anything as of right now. Let me take a look at power outage map. I'm curious. Power outage map, Texas. We'll take a look if we have any new updates coming out of Texas on power outages. And actually Dallas County has 100,000 people without power right now. Wow, that's a lot. That's about 10% of the county. Yeah, go and post that on Facebook. Let's go over to Facebook and let's post that real quick. So again, our most recent report coming out of Dallas County is apparently 100,000 people are without power. All right. go over to this and post this. All right, so yeah, that's our most recent report. We have power again. Power poles were down in Collin County. 100,000 people though without power in Dallas County right now, but up in southern Collin County, again, we had some power poles down. I'm still curious to see if we have any reports coming in on that, but in terms of pictures, but we have a lot of reports coming in on that. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, coming in for Parker County, as well as in Granbury. This is for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds, and as well as quarter-sized hail. Brand new warning here. And this is the storm that's in just south of Weatherford. That is moving to the south as of right now. But again, our most recent report in terms of power outages, we have 104,000 without power in Dallas County. Only about 1,800 without power in Collin County, which Collin County has about 3 million, or excuse me, not 3 million, 340,000 that live in that area. So that is, again, our most recent report that is coming in Dallas County. It's pretty insane, though. A lot of power outages there. I'm guessing it's probably from probably the damaging wind threat. We had some pretty high winds over there. They were around 60 to 65. By the way, this is included for Hood County, Johnson County, and Parker County. This is Hood County right here, Granbury and Toller. And then basically Godley area, that's in extreme northwestern Johnson County. So that's our brand new update again on this new severe thunderstorm warning, currently moving down to the south. All right, let's go back over real quick to the east. We do have a new wind gust coming in of Duncanville of 64 miles per hour at the Dallas Executive Airport. That's in Duncanville. So again, a brand new wind gust that's just come in there at 3:27 p.m. That is, again, a brand new report of around 64 miles per hour was just confirmed there. And again, we have several reports of some significant power outages in this area. Also, Archer County, and that's just south of Wichita Falls in extreme northwestern North Texas. We do have a report of around 5% without power in that county. So again, another update there. That is probably from the strong storms over that direction that might be producing some higher winds, but again, that's our most recent report over there. Okay, if you're just tuning in, we have about 7 power poles that are down in Plano, Texas, and along with that, some of them are laying on homes. So that's one of our reports. I'm still waiting photos, and as well, again, over in Duncanville, 64-mile-per-hour wind gusts at the Dallas Executive Airport. So we'll stay on this storm for right now, but we have a couple of hail cores as of right now, one near Heath and one back over here southwest of Dallas. So a couple of areas of hail right now to watch here pretty closely for. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in Latimer County, Oklahoma. That is in pretty much eastern Oklahoma for 60-mile-per-hour winds and nickel-sized hail. That is for Wilburn, Red Oak, Bengal, and Panola. So, again, brand new update over there in Oklahoma. We are currently sitting actually at 6 severe thunderstorm warnings. Let me go and update that real quick. All right, let me go over to the live stream here real quick. Hey, thank you, Tornado, by the way, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Thanks, I appreciate that. Hey, see you later, Caden. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, Virginia, how you doing? I know I have a lot of viewers from North Texas probably here, so... Again, for those that might be just tuning in, I used to do North Texas weather only on YouTube, but we've kind of changed it to nationwide. But I want to do the stream because this is my hometown. I enjoy covering this area because I know a lot of the areas. This is basically, kind of my sweet spot for severe weather and whatnot. Basically knowledge-wise, know a lot of the areas in this area. All right, let me go over to here real quick. Take a look at Facebook real quick. All right, let's go and take and see if we have any new power outage report coming in. Dallas County, no new updates there yet. Again, 104,000 without power in Dallas County. That is out of 1 million people. As of 3:27, I'm still waiting our next report on that. Again, this storm is most likely still producing 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds here. It's again moving through Dallas County. Let's see. So the main area of wind seemed to be here near Duncanville. That is, again, where we got our 64-mile-per-hour wind gust report. And again, the outflow boundary might have some gusty winds as well. Near Irving, there might even be some winds up that direction as well as Cockrell Hill for potentially some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Again, that'll be moving down to the south over the next several minutes. Again, our brand new warning back out in western DFW, basically Weatherford, Millsap, Aledo, anywhere again in Hood County or western Johnson County for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds as possible, and as well as quarter-sized hail. Check reports on Discord. Let me take a look. Yeah, if you have any photos or videos, feel free to send them in. Reports. I don't know if that's rotation or not. That is not rotation, no. That's the leading edge of an outflow boundary. How you doing, Miller? Welcome back. Allison. That's how you're saying your name. I was trying to figure out how to say the name for a second. Any tornado watches so far? No tornado warnings or watches today. Well, I can't rely on isolated tornado warning, but there's not really any shear today, so we're not really looking at any tornado threat for the most part. Really, at least in North Texas. Maybe outside of here, maybe a brief land spout. Can't even rule it out in Florida. I mean, that happens occasionally. We do actually have a severe thunderstorm warning in Florida, so let me figure out what county that was real quick. Yeah, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in Florida. That is over in Columbia County, Florida. So there's a severe thunderstorm warning over there. That's in Lake City. That's near... I don't even know where that is, but that's a new update there. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning. This is a huge one, by the way. Again, observed threats of 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds, quarter-sized hail. Again, this is a brand new update going for Mansfield, Glen Heights, as well as Waxahachie, Grandview, Venus, Rosser, Ennis, Seagoville, basically Dallas. All those areas included, again, a brand new severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds, quarter-sized hail. Again, this storm is currently moving down to the south. Brand new update here, though. Again, damaging winds, quarter-sized hail, main concerns as of right now, moving down to the south. And again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, it's free to do. Hit the like button real quick. Helps our page out a lot. Hopefully I can get this out to more people. Again, we usually always covered North Texas weather when I was doing North Texas Weather Center on YouTube back a few months ago. But, you know, I like to cover this area. So I know a lot of the areas here. We do have a new update, by the way, on the Storm Prediction Center, by the way, for today. This is for at least for the rest of the day. Again, damaging winds is really the only thing outlined by the Storm Prediction Center, but we are still looking at a hail potential up to $half sized with the worst storms. Again, the lapse rates are not overly impressive today, so we're not looking at a huge hail threat, but we are definitely looking at a hail threat that could maybe get to $half size, which we've already seen reports as high as $half size in Dallas County and Tarrant County, and that may continue over the next couple of hours. But this warning does go, as I mentioned before, this goes until 4:45 Central Time, so again, that's a brand new update on the new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued. Another update just south of Weatherford. We have a little hail core here. That might be quarter-sized hail there near Anita. That's in southern portions of Parker County, south of Interstate 20. So, again, a brand new update here. Yeah, the outflow boundary is really impressive. You guys can probably see it very clearly on radar. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the outflow boundary that's initiating so many of these storms. And you really can see it in this area that's closer to the radar site. Beyond there, it gets a little bit fuzzy, but very pronounced outflow boundary. Without a doubt. And the outflow boundaries typically initiate storms like this. If there's enough instability, it helps to create rising air basically in a rapidly set pace, and that's what we're seeing across this area. And again, that is why we're seeing that hail and damaging winds. We do have a new report, by the way, coming out of northeastern Dallas County of $half sized hail, so that has been confirmed. We also had a report of that in northern Tarrant County about an hour ago, so we've at least had several hail reports now between quarter and $half size, anywhere from, again, Tarrant County back over to Dallas County. So that's what we've seen so far across these regions. Arlington is reported to have 1-inch sized hail. Yeah, the storm near Arlington was actually currently warned for $half sized hail, but see if there's any new updates on that. Yeah, this storm here is reportedly having currently up to $half sized hail, but I'm not sure if that has been updated or not yet. By the way, power outages in Kaufman County, currently a little bit of power outages, not a huge amount, but we do have a little bit of power outages coming there out of Kaufman County. I would say about 4 to 5% of the county without power, so it's not a significant amount of people, but it's definitely, you know, Kaufman County as well. They have a decent amount of population. I'm pretty sure the population there, 70, or at least county tract is 75,000, so 2,400. That's about 3 to 4%, I would say. Up to 5. It's definitely not 5. It's like 3 to 4. But regardless, that is a new area again that we do have another report of some power outages coming in there, and that's probably again from this outflow boundary. And again, this area of storms here in Dallas County and eastern Tarrant County and Rockwell County as well. This has been a pretty impressive area so far. Again, our most recent report was in Duncanville of 64-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So yeah, we've definitely seen some pretty high wind gusts out of this area so far. But again, our brand new warning does include a population of 2 million people. So in terms of the brand new warning, that is pretty large. Again, that's the one that I'm outlined on right now. That goes into Ellis County, northeastern Johnson County, southeastern Tarrant County, and central and southern Dallas County. So, and that's our most recent update there. See if we have any new reports coming in on the power poles, by the way. I'm not sure if we have any reports there. I didn't even see this, but apparently there was okay, maybe not. I'm not even going to mention it. That's crazy. But again, 7 power poles were blown over in Plano. And again, Apparently, some of them are laying on homes. If anybody knows any information about that, any photos or videos, anything like that, feel free to message me on Facebook, tweet me on Twitter, any of that sort of stuff, because I'm waiting information and photos at least on that, because I've yet to see any photos, which is kind of crazy. I would have thought we would have some pretty soon, but yeah, but again, a lot of power outages are ongoing in Garland, Richardson, and Plano. That seems like the general consensus at this point across this area. So again, if you're anywhere in Dallas County, Tarrant County, make sure you're aware of that. Again, power outages seem to be most prominent right now in Dallas County as of right now. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings are about to expire, by the way, so we're going to see that at this point in just a moment. We're going to drop our warning countdown to 4, or actually no, 5. We currently have more than that many warnings. We're actually at 5 regardless, so that's our new update there. Thank you, Guy, for the report, by the way. So apparently, Segoville, Texas, no power in some areas. Thank you. This sucks. Yeah, the storms, honestly, and this is something I was warning about last night. I was mentioning that some of these storms could be severe, and they end up being severe today. Quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. The marginal threat got added this morning, so that's been out there for a little while, but yeah, as of right now, again, for those that are curious about tornado potential today, there's really none. It's extremely low across all of the United States today, and most likely tomorrow too. The shear is just so minimal right now. We don't have any really troughs that are really that strong that could even produce that potential either. So that's good news, but damaging winds and hail definitely be the biggest concerns at this point. Again, we had a 64-mile-per-hour wind gust out of Duncanville in our most recent report. Let me go over to the METAR data. We'll see if there's any new updates there on the wind gusts. And as of right now, our most recent wind gust out of the Runaway Bay area at 3:15, that was about half an hour ago, was a 32-mile-per-hour wind gust. Back over in Duncanville, this is the area that had a 64-mile-per-hour wind gust. That, again, was confirmed. So that was at about 3:34. It was reported at 3:27. At 3:34, though, apparently we still had a 67-mile-per-hour wind gust. So, or 64, man. Also, back over in southeastern Tarrant County, most recent report from the METAR station there, that is at an airport, was 41 miles per hour. So again, we are still seeing widespread 40 to 65 mile per hour winds with this area of storms right now, moving through Mansfield, Glen Heights, Segoville, Rosser, Waxahachie over the next several minutes. Again, stay away from windows. I did see a report of somebody that had their windows broken through with hail as well in the University Park area. That was when I was live streaming on Facebook. So just a heads up, obviously, make sure you're staying away from windows too. Hail threat seems to have gone down a little bit. There might be still a little bit of hail there near Forney, but other than that, I do think the hail potential is starting to go down a little bit, at least on this area of storms right now. That's our most recent update. Do have a new mesoscale discussion, by the way. I'll go ahead and pull it up on our screen. This is the initial one. The new one has not popped up yet, but the new one does cover basically southern North Texas. So it basically be this area from, Keelan and off to the north into Waco and whatnot. New update, though, threat for isolated severe wind gusts and hail will persist through the late afternoon. That's basically all it says. So severe thunderstorm watch is not expected, but obviously we are still seeing a pretty decent amount of severe weather here across the North Texas region as of right now. Also, by the way, for those that are curious in the tropics, we have a new update. Danielle is apparently starting to strengthen. Hurricane Danielle, 85-mile-per-hour winds. Just a new update. Just came in. Back up in the northern Atlantic Ocean. Earl is still a tropical storm with 50-mile-per-hour winds, and that is expected again to become our first major hurricane. If you've not already, watch our forecast from this morning. It has all the details on the tropics. But all right, let me take a look at chat again. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? Welcome. Have I been to Niagara Falls? No, I've never been there. All right, I'm back over to here. By the way, if you've not already, hit the like button down below. We're only 23 likes from 100. I would appreciate it. Helps our page out a lot. Again, if you have any photos or videos, feel free to send those in as well to our Twitter page, to our Facebook, our Instagram. Again, all those links are in the description below. And also, apparently, we have a tropical storm K has just formed in the Pacific Ocean. So, a lot of tropics updates all of a sudden coming in. Let me go back over to here, though, real quick. Let's see if we have anything on Twitter. On these storms. Apparently, there's reports of high water and ponding on various roadways around DFW, by the way. So, just a heads up for those in the Metroplex. I know a lot of you guys actually that are watching are definitely from North Texas. High water is apparently ongoing in several areas. A lot of high water and ponding on various roadways in the DFW area. That includes basically anywhere in the 4-county Metroplex. So, just a heads up for those in the Metroplex right now. Again, a lot of, it seems like high waters and flooding has now just been reported. See if we have any other updates coming in here. High water, exit blocked in Irving on 183 EB at Tom Braniff Drive. By the way, that's a specific road, so if you're in the Irving area, just heads up. Apparently that exit is closed due to high waters. Yeah, that's, as of right now, that's our most recent report in that area. Yeah, we still don't have the photos of the 7 power poles down in Plano. We have another report coming in northern Dallas County. 3-inch tree limbs were broken in Buckingham, so that's a new report. We do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, near wind thrust. This is south of Wichita Falls for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and as well as quarter-sized hail. That is definitely a pretty decent hail core, by the way. That is near Highway 281. So again, brand new severe thunderstorm warning up here in northwestern North Texas. So just heads up here. It's a very defined outflow boundary. I do have to agree with that. Yes, it's very defined, actually. Pretty impressive, actually, right now. The outflow boundary has been pretty impressive ever since the beginning, honestly. See if we have any new reports. So yeah, no other reports as of right now. Let me go up to the Wichita Falls radar real quick. See what the storm does look like from a bit of a closer radar site near Archer City. This storm's been strong for a while. Wow, look at that hail core. That might even be a little bit hard. That might even be a little bit larger than quarter sized. It's near wind thrust and near 25. Hey, stay safe, Stephanie. Oh, wait, never mind. I thought you said you were in DFW. I think you screwed up for subscribing. I appreciate it. Hey, bro, how you doing? Hey, Trace, how you doing? Welcome back. Hey, stay safe, Youngtown. I know that area actually saw, there was a tornado there at one point. Not Youngtown, but it was kind of close to that area. I think last month. If I'm not mistaken. By the way, the latest radar scan still showing a pretty impressive hail core here. That is, again, near Highway 281 and 25. Again, that's moving down to the south and southeast. Yeah, that's, again, pretty decent little hail core here that's moving down to the south as of right now. So just keep that in mind. Again, if you're in northwestern North Texas, a little decent storm there. That might even be, again, higher than just quarter-sized hail. I'm going to take a look at the hail radar here. Actually, I'll take a look at it now. This is a look at the hail radar over the last hour. So Irving is the area that I did mention before that had some pretty significant hailstone sizes reported. There was an area that was estimated north of Irving of golf ball sized hail. I don't think we got that high though. I will take a look real quick, but we don't at least have any reports there of that large of hail. And that, I believe, was actually over a lake. So that probably would mean that we definitely don't have any reports there. But just outside of there, we did have some quarter-sized hail reports there nearby. Again, back up here, we have a couple areas here of around quarter to $half-dollar sized hail. We did have $half-dollar sized hail reported near Wiley, and a little bit of quarter-sized hail potentially earlier near University Park. And back over to here, again, a couple of areas there near Weatherford of quarter to $half-dollar size. Back up here near wind thrust, again, this area is currently estimated around $half-dollar to maybe ping pong ball sized hail in the peak. Otherwise, it's really, again, the warning is for quarter size, but we might be even looking at slightly larger hail there near Highway 281. So that's, again, what we're looking at in terms of hail as of right now with these storms. Definitely the damaging winds, though, is definitely a bigger concern with a lot of these storms. Again, we have a lot of power issues right now in Dallas County from power outages. Again, 7 power poles blew down in Plano. A few of them landed on homes. I mentioned that a few times, but we are now up to 114,000 people now in Dallas County without power. That's our most recent update. So if you're in Dallas County, just gotta keep that in mind. Again, we had a report that there was in Seagoville some reports of outages as well. So that's our most recent report as of right now with these storms. Check Discord or velocities pictures. Yeah, the velocity. Where is that? Weatherford? Let me take a look real quick. I don't think, again, this is all outflow driven storms, so tornado threat is like basically 0. But I'll take a look real quick. Yeah, no, not really any rotation here. It's more of damaging winds, definitely more than anything with this cell. And honestly, this storm's starting to weaken a little bit. There's a lot of rain near Weatherford, but I do think that overall storm is starting to weaken a little bit. The one here in Dallas County, though, has maintained a pretty decent amount of intensity at this point. Back over near Seagoville, we do have a little hail core. Again, north of Highway 175, maybe up to quarter-sized hail. So just keep that in mind as that moves down to the south. No, tornado threat is basically 0 today, Michael. Yeah, we've had a lot of reports again of damage. I'm continuing to try to find if we have any photos of that power pole issue or whatever you want to call it over there in Plano, but I'm trying to see. Yeah, as of right now, we're still not getting any photos out of there. But yeah, that's crazy, though. 7 power poles blew over, in some of them into homes. But yeah, not able to get any photos as right now. Again, we'll keep you updated if we get any on that. But that might have been the reason why a lot of these power outages are ongoing. But yeah, that's again our most recent report as of right now. Again, here's a look at the wide view of everything as of right now. Again, severe storms are still ongoing all the way across here in North Texas. We do have a warning up in Oklahoma. We also have one in Florida. So we do have a few other warnings just outside of here. But again, we'll primarily be covering North Texas for right now. Again, we'll kind of dive into the flash flooding that's ongoing in Georgia too at some point. But we'll get to that at some point pretty soon. Yeah, if you have not already and you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below. It's free to do. It's the red button. A lot of you that are watching right now are probably not subscribed. So make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I would appreciate it. Hit the like button. Helps our page out a lot. And yeah, we're only 2 subscribers actually from 17,300. So hit the subscribe button. Hey, James, how you doing? Welcome. Okay, welcome back, Jackson. How you doing? You had flash flooding last night. Hey, if you have any photos, send them in, but stay safe. That's kind of, yeah, we've had a lot of reports of flash flooding. Again, for those in Georgia, obviously flash flood emergency's been ongoing there. Again, I'll get to that here at some point, but yeah, apparently up to a foot of rain has fallen in those areas, and it just continues to fall. And that's probably going to be a concern over the next 5 days, unfortunately. It's going to be this little trough basically is going to set up over here in actually North Texas. It's going to kind of set up in this area here or so, maybe a little bit further off to the northeast. And that's going to continue to bring rounds of showers and storms over to areas in the Mississippi Valley, through even the Ohio Valley, probably over the next 5 days or so. And it does not seem like it's going to move much. It's going to be pretty stationary. So the rain is going to continue. We probably will see more flash flooding from where that came from, most likely over the next several days. But it's not even that strong of a trough either. It's actually fairly weak, but it's just enough to be able to produce enough rain, and all the moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico and whatnot, that supplies a lot of that threat. But yeah, as of right now, long term in terms of severe weather, we may get some severe weather again next weekend in the northern plains, Midwest area, but that's still to be determined. Yeah, a lot of marginal threats ahead, most likely. Hail's messing around with a lot of the radar. Yeah, that's definitely possible, but overall, I mean, even on my radar, you can kind of look here. The velocities kind of look almost attached a little bit, but again, outflow boundaries, they're very well known to never really produce tornadoes, at least this far apart. I mean, we're looking at outflow boundary several miles out in front. It's going to really produce no tornadic potential, but we do have a new report in Weatherford of quarter-sized hail. So just a new report there. That's in Parker County. And we found a lot of reports of quarter to half-dollar sized hail, and we may have even seen as high as golf ball size, but again, that's not been confirmed yet. But we had a little area there in Irving that may have been that high. So new update there. Another smiley face. I guess, yeah. The outflow batteries kind of produce that sometimes. We do have a hail core, by the way, over near Crandall. Potentially up to quarter to half-dollar size there as well. That is probably the more severe hail that we have in the storm as of right now, with the severe thunderstorm warning, which is, again, pretty large. So it's our brand new update here. Again, that's moving currently to the south and southeast, possibly going towards maybe even near Kaufman. So just a little heads up for those over in Kaufman. I know we have a few viewers from that area as well. But again, damaging winds, hail, the main concerns for today. And we do have an update, by the way, on the warning in Latimer County, Oklahoma. That storm is now producing still the 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind threat. The nickel-sized hail threat, though, has been downgraded now to basically under dime-sized. So, update there. I'll take a look at that soon, Kevin. Hey, stay safe, Virginia. I know this is an area, again, that I have a lot of viewers from that have been here for a lot of the original people that used to watch North Texas Weather Center back in like May or prior are probably watching right now. So we do have a new warning, by the way, over in Jack County, as well as northeastern portions of Young County, and that's for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds, quarter-sized hail. Again, this is a brand new warning. This is a storm that may have even been producing up to half-dollar sized hail, but that's moving down to the south as of right now, southeast, going towards Jacksboro and Bryson. Graham probably gonna get missed by this, but you might see some rain. Seems like the main severe components will likely be going towards 114, riding right along Highway 281, going towards Jacksboro over the next several minutes. So again, brand new update here. The potential for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. So again, that's our brand new update over there. Let's go back over to Dallas County for now. By the way, thank you, Taria, hopefully I'm saying here right, as well as Eric, Bonnie, and as well as Robert for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. Welcome. Sounds good, Moxie. Back over to Power Outage map. We'll see if we have any new updates on the Power Outages. And as of right now, an update on Power Outages. We have 5,300 people without power in Tarrant County. Collin County is at 1,900. We have 114,000 without power in Dallas County. Archer County still with 366 people without power, and Kaufman County is nearing 3,000 people without power. So, again, a lot of power outages here in the North Texas region, especially in the DFW Metroplex. And again, Dallas County seems to be the main area that's been impacted by the power outages at this point. Hey, you're good, James. No problem at all. Yeah, usually the streams that I do on, I'm pretty sure you're from North Texas, right? But yeah, most of the streams I do here on YouTube are, for the most part, just nationwide. So yeah, during the springtime next year, or really even during the fall for our second severe weather season that we typically see in North Texas, I'll probably be doing most live streams on YouTube. Probably not much on Facebook, even if it's North Texas weather. So most likely, at least. That's kind of my plan as of right now. Hey, at least you got power, Michael. There's a lot of people without power. Dallas County, 10% is a pretty large number, at least. And that's just for the people that are tracked. Not everybody's on that tracking on the poweroutage.us map. So, yeah, that's, again, what we're looking at as of right now. All right, let me back up my stream a little bit. I probably missed a lot of questions here. Hey, Grant, how you doing? Welcome back. But yeah, again, we'll get to the extreme flash flooding over in Georgia here pretty shortly. I'll go ahead and take a quick look at that, and then we'll go back over to North Texas. %94 humidity in upstate South Carolina. That's insane. Humidity that gets that high, it kind of depends on the dew points and temperatures, like what the feels like temperature is. But man, like, you know, it's kind of crazy to think. But the overall, like, whenever the temperature's like let's just say the temperature's 90 degrees and the dew point's like 70, it makes it feel so hot outside. And DFW doesn't have to deal with this that much during the summer. And that's why North Texas, a lot of people move there. And the weather's not actually that bad when the temperature's in the hundreds, because the dew point is just so much lower. The overall temperature actually feels like the given temperature. But if you're in like a state like Florida, for example, temperature could be 90 degrees, the dew point could be 70. It's going to feel so hot out there. The temperatures usually feel like 100 to 110. But we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Wichita Falls. This is for quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. That is for Jolly, Wichita Falls, Lakeside City, west of Henrietta. And that is going to include eastern Wichita County and western Clay County. So, brand new update there. Hey, Jaden, how you doing? Welcome back from Burlington, Vermont. Hope you're doing well. Back. Harrison County. I've never heard of Harrison County. Wait, let me look that up real quick. Is that in Texas? Must be kind of far south. Well, that's in eastern Texas. Oh, that's near Marshall. Probably not much. I would expect most of the storm action to be in the North Texas region, so not really that far east. We have a new wind gust, by the way, new wind gust report coming out of Heath. That is in Rockwall County. That is for 60 miles per hour. That was at the airport. So, I believe that's the airport, right? Yeah, Mesonet. So, yeah, new report, again, 60-mile-per-hour winds coming out of Rockwall. So, brand new wind gust out of that region. Let's go back over to here. Let's go and go back under the warning. So, there we go. Are you near Maypearl? Yeah, Maypearl will probably get hit by these storms, or probably. You got a whole slew of storms coming toward you, but it looks like the severe weather, for the most part, is most likely over here near Seagoville. Most of this seems to be strong storm activity as of right now, but let me go and take a look at the velocities. We'll take a look. And we do have a little leading edge of maybe some damaging winds up to maybe 60. Maybe a little leading edge there. Not a whole lot, actually. Mostly 30 to 35 there. Back over here, though, we had a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, and the wind's estimated by radar around 35, so might be a little bit misleading, but... And here's the hail core, by the way. It's now going through Crandall, saying the name right, near Highway 175. That's moving down to the southeast, going maybe close to Combine, so we're definitely seeing some quarter-sized hail potentially here. Yeah, that's moving down to the southeast as of right now. Definitely an area to watch, though, for very closely. And out of Heath, by the way, we do have a report of pea-sized hail. Half-inch sized hail near Balch Springs is another recent report that we have, and we have a lot of rain reports, but looking at us right now. We a decent storm, though, back up in near Archer City. That storm's, again, been pretty impressive here for a while. We go over to the, let's go up that direction, actually. We go and take a look at the radar site, because DFW one was showing some pretty high winds here. Again, this storm is currently producing some quarter-sized hail. That's pretty evident here on radar. Yeah, we do definitely have some high winds here. Winds are estimated right around 60, so we're definitely looking at some damaging winds up here near Highway 281. Again, that is currently in between the Windthrust area, in between in between Windthrust and Jacksboro. So again, we have some 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds potentially here near 281. So just a little update there. Again, that's moving down to the southeast as of right now. A little hail core as well there near 281. Thank you, DFW, by the way, for becoming a 2-month member. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Not much in Irving? Do you live in Irving? There was a lot of stuff in Irving. We had a lot of reports of $quarter to $half sized hail there. I do appreciate you becoming a 2-month member. Thank you very much. What make you want to create this channel? Justin, I just enjoy doing it. It's always been a passion for me, so I just enjoy covering the weather. And I always have. I mean, ever since I was 3 years old, I loved being a basically broadcast sort of meteorologist sort of thing. Yeah, I just love doing it. And again, that's what I'm pursuing right now, to be a broadcast meteorologist. So, well, I enjoy doing YouTube. Yes, I wouldn't be doing this otherwise. I don't do it for the money. I never have. I actually made a post about this a few months ago, or actually not. I think it was actually earlier this month. But yeah, or earlier last month. But yeah, I don't do this for the money. I don't do it for the views, anything like that. I just enjoy doing it. I don't care how many views I have. I honestly could care less, because I've always, I used to do these videos with 1 to 2 views. And I always felt like, more people I actually have watching me, the more critiqued I can get, the better I'll get at doing, this sort of thing. So yeah, I've always loved doing this sort of thing. So even though, again, money is very helpful, especially with college. College is so expensive, but beyond that, it's more just really for the experience and whatnot. And I just love doing it. So where's Jaws? I have no clue. Busy. Jaws is usually only on at night. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? 5:05 a.m. where you are. Where are you? Are you on the other side of the world? Thanks, Shane. Thanks, Chaffee. Yeah, I'm aware. A lot of people do say I have the right voice for it, and I would have to agree with that. Not to brag or anything, but I would have to agree. Let's stay back up here real quick. I'm gonna go over the hail radar. We'll see if there's any new updates here. A little nickel-sized hail currently estimated there near Wichita Falls. Again, the storm over here near Windthrust and again along Highway 281 is potentially around $half sized hail. So that is the most recent current ongoing estimate from the radar in terms of hail as of right now. Again, tracking down to the southeast. Pretty decent hail core there, though. And we also have a strong storm over there. Where is this? This is over near Throckmorton. So that area is also seeing some strong storm activity. Go ahead and zoom back in on the Dallas storm. And we'll put it back on here. See if we get a new warning on this one. Probably get a special weather statement on this one, but we'll see. Oh, Philippines. Oh, I got you. Okay. I said that before. Thanks, Jay. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. How many YouTubers do I know? Do you mean in like the weather space or just in general? Because the weather space, I know a few, but I don't ever watch any of them. The only one I've really ever watched was Reed Timmer. But downgrade on the warning? Was there? On the Dallas one? I'd assume the downgrade would have probably been on the hail potential, but... Miss seeing your lightning on the wall? Oh, actually, I should have brought that. I can probably get it, but... That actually would have been a good idea. Put on my door behind me. The only problem is you need screws for that, and I can't nail things into the wall, so that'd be a problem. That's actually a really good idea, though. It would look a lot better, too, because this is, like, close distance. The lightning one when I was back at home was more of a one that was, like, 20 feet away, at least. Yeah, have fun, Daniel. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me go over real quickly to the Georgia flooding. We'll go back to this here in a second. This is what I was referring to earlier. We have some extreme flooding over here. We had a flash flood emergency. I'm pretty sure it's now done. I don't think it's at least a flash flood emergency anymore, but there was some extreme flooding over here. If you have not already heard, it's been all over the news at this point. So just to touch on it real quick, here's the estimated rainfall totals over the last 24 hours. and you can clearly see, let me turn off the radar, the amount of rain that's fallen here near Somerville is insane. We're talking between 8 to 12 inches of rain has fallen here near Lyerly, as well as Somerville, Tryon, Menlo, and there's been some serious issues in these areas. But again, we've had estimates between 8 to 12 inches. So any of these blue areas, though, for the most part, are 10 inches or more. Pink is 8 inches or more. Red is about 5.5 inches or more. So yeah, there's been a lot of significant rain, unfortunately, in this area, and it looks like it's starting to wind down, luckily. But yeah, it's been insane over here. We've had a lot of rain falling here, and it's probably, again, going to continue for the next little while. But looks like there's a good break in between the rain right now. Hopefully that's able to help the flooding situation a little bit, but unfortunately, I do think it's going to probably continue tonight. So unfortunate news over there in Somerville, and again, that's been all over the news over the last 12 hours or so. So, been an ongoing thing for a little while now. Hey, Dobbs, how you doing? Welcome back. That's an interesting, actually, trick, Virginia. Thank you, by the way, Dave, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below. I would appreciate it. Let me make sure my chat settings are on here, right? Oh, yeah, there. Okay, cool. Here's a look at the infrared imagery or not the infrared, the satellite imagery. Let me go and pull this up. This is a look at the satellite imagery on these storms, and this is pretty impressive. And this is actually what's in the thumbnail for today. But you can kind of see, again, the infrared, or the, I keep saying infrared, the visible satellite imagery, though, is actually fairly impressive here. With the outflow boundary, as you can see here, it's the leading edge of all these storms. We had a few storms actually develop out in front of it, and that pretty much initiated, I believe, another outflow boundary. So, very impressive, though. You can see how high these cloud tops are getting. I'm not sure what the exact height is on these. I think it's around 45,000 feet. Let me go and check here. I'll be able to check it here, but pretty impressive. And they are currently estimated by radar to be around 35,000, maybe 40,000 feet. Might be wrong on that, but that's the estimate, at least by radar. The infrared imagery, I believe. Let me take a look. I think the infrared imagery was not shooting these clouds that high. Do a little bit of math to figure out the exact answer to this, but let me take a look here. The infrared imagery is shooting up. Yeah, it's probably around 40,000 feet, I would say, maybe slightly higher than that. The worst storms have gotten to maybe 45,000 feet, but... Jane, I've heard of him, but I've never watched him. That blocking problems, lightning, Midwest thing? I don't know what you mean by that, Darcy. I have really no clue what you're talking about. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, the infrared imagery, I'll actually pull it up on here. Let's go and take off the radar real quick. I think this is quite interesting. This is the infrared imagery. Yeah, here's a look at it. So this is just over the last several hours. It'll take a second to load. But yeah, this is a look at the infrared imagery. Yeah, the clouds are not getting that high. So we're definitely not seeing a, again, this day was really primarily going to be damaging winds up to 60. And maybe some hail up to the size of $half to ping pong balls. But the cloud tops have definitely not gotten that high today. Pretty warm, actually, overall for this time of the year. It's actually fairly warm on these clouds. So even the higher levels. So that's the storms currently rolling down to the south. Thanks, Lovely. I appreciate it. Love doing it. Nightbot is a bot. He does not respond. We do have a new update, by the way, on the storm in Archer County and Clay County. I believe it's just been condensed. Back over to the live radar. Back over here, though, on this storm, the warning's been condensed a little bit. No longer includes wind thrust, but obviously for those just up here to the north, or just in wind thrust or Scotland, there's a storm back up here to the north that may be producing the same threats that this storm is currently producing. So just a little heads up there as this moves down to the south. Let me tell you, I thought we were being hit by a tornado or microburst. Trees in the back almost split in half. Really? Where was that, Sherry? Thank you, Sandy, for the $5 super chat. How you doing, Sandy? Welcome back. I haven't seen you in so long. How you doing? You are, funny enough, and for those that are members right now, Sandy is our longest ever going member by like 4 months. I think you're like an 8-month member here on YouTube, which is, you're like the only one, I think, with the red tornado icon next to your name. But hope you're doing well, Sandy. Back. Working a job in Burleson. looks like got hit. Yeah, the anywhere in Fort Worth, anywhere like in Tarrant County or even in Dallas County, there's been some significant damage. And again, for those that might be just tuning in, we did have a report in Plano from about just over an hour ago of 7 power poles that were blown over. Apparently, some of them have landed on homes. So that's a dangerous situation. Obviously, I don't know. We still don't have any photos on that, but that is, again, our most recent report back up there in Plano of damage. So little heads up there. Our highest wind gust so far in the DFW area was 64 miles per hour. So wind thrust. I keep saying wind thrust. I don't know why. Wind thrust. Sorry. Usually pretty familiar with these names, but whatever reason I cannot say that. All right, let's go back over to here. Let's take a look at chat again. Hey, honestly, for those that are weather geeks, I'm a weather geek, so. Play GeoGuessr soon? No, I'm not going to do that. If I ever do GeoGuessr again, it would probably be a members only stream. You're Haltom City. Hey, stay safe, Randall. I think most of the storms have moved through that area, but yeah, overall, the main area of storms at this point, again, we have a big cluster here with that outflow boundary here in southern portions now of DFW, basically into anywhere just along and south of Interstate 20. And we have another area back up here to the northwest. That is back up near Wichita Falls and as well as Graham. So, looking as of right now. Storm over here that was originally in Runaway Bay that produced 60-mile-per-hour winds has pretty much for the most part fizzled out. So, good news there. Hey, there you go, Sandy. Good to see you too. Yeah, again, I've never really told you, but you're literally the oldest member on our channel. We have like 400 members right now. You're literally the oldest member ever, and that's by at least 4 months now. Let me double check real quick. But yeah, it's kind of insane. Yeah, you're an 8-month member. Our closest to that is 4 months. So, kind of insane. Is Hamilton, Ohio going to get storms anytime soon? You might get some storms if you're in Ohio, but overall, it's not going to be anything severe. Cleburne is going to get hit. Yeah, Cleburne, you can see it here. There's some shower and storm activity right now. Nothing severe right here, but outflow boundary is actually moving through right now. That might produce some gusty winds. So, just a heads up there. About a little bit of storm activity. Nothing severe there, but outflow boundary is moving through. That will produce some gusty winds as it tracks down to the south. So, 127,000 people without power. Yeah, Dallas County is the big contributor to that, too. Dallas County, again, for those that are tuning in, 114,000 people without power in Dallas County. So, at least. It might even be higher than that, but at least what's tracked. I want to give a special thanks to a random storm in southern Oklahoma moving across the Red River for creating an outflow boundary. It's actually pretty much what happened, though. I mean, literally a little area of storms moved through southern Oklahoma this morning. One of them got severe warned, and eventually a huge outflow boundary just got shot off, and that's basically what we're looking at now. Just a whole mess of storms, and again, some damage has happened. I mean, we're definitely, again, talking a lot of power outages there in Dallas County. And we've had hail as high as $half sized. So we do have a new update, by the way, on the severe thunderstorm warning. No longer includes Dallas County or portions of Kaufman County. It does include like southwestern Kaufman County near Rosser. But other than that, Alvarado, Grandview, Maypearl, Midlothian, Waxahachie, Palmer, Ennis, Ferris, all included still in an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning. Or damaging winds around 60 miles per hour, and as well as up to nickel-sized hail. So the hail potential has dropped. And if there were to be any hail with this at this point, it would likely be over here near Oak Grove. So that'll be going towards Gray's Prairie over the next several minutes. Thanks, Van. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Yeah, so this is an outflow boundary, and outflow boundaries typically really create rapidly rising air, and it's a whole basically lesson. It's not really a lesson, but kind of what you're kind of looking at. So a lot of the time air will be sinking. If you're like close to a high pressure system, air will sink, meaning clouds won't be able to really rise that much. They'll basically be stopped at a certain point, and a lot of the time near a high pressure system, it's pretty much almost all the time sunny without clouds. But with outflow boundaries, over here, for example, air might be sinking down. And actually, I'm pretty sure it is over here. It's like just sinking. There's really no clouds there. But once this outflow boundary passes through, it's going to create some really rapidly rising air. And since there's just so much instability and a lot of moisture, we can see storms develop. So that's what's happening as of right now. Oh, this wants to make me go back to school for meteorology. I'm in school for meteorology right now. All I pain is the math and physics. Those are the two worst things that you have to do for the thing. And I'm going into broadcast. It's a little bit different. If you're like an actual like meteorology major and you're trying to get into certain things like making a computer model or going into the National Weather Service, you do need to know some math and whatnot and physics. But I mean, it's good to know, I guess, but you don't really ever use it in the broadcast sector. So back over to here. Thank you for the report, Virginia. Yeah, outflow boundaries are one of those interesting things. Now, there are some outflow boundaries. We had one last night. We had very isolated storm activity, and that was due to some other factors. But some outflow boundaries don't produce any storms, and it has a lot to do with just, how much moisture there is at the upper levels. A lot of things go into the outflow boundaries. It's not just, an outflow boundary happens, we're going to see all these storms develop, but that's not always what happens. But yeah, I mean, this sort of outflow boundary, this is a very typical sort of thing during the summer and even fall for North Texas. We see this a lot. Especially when, in these sort of setups, we see this a lot more often than not. And a lot of time, outflow boundaries do produce, severe weather, but usually it's not too significant. The lapse rates today, for example, and I know a lot of people here probably don't know what I'm even talking about at this point, but lapse rates have a pretty significant impact on the hail potential. And I'm pretty sure today the lapse rates in the DFW area are around 7 degrees Celsius per kilometer. Take a look real quick. Just double check. And yeah, the lapse rates today are between 6.5 to 7 degrees Celsius per kilometer. What that basically means is as you go throughout the atmosphere, the temperature cools, as you may know. So when we have a higher lapse rate, let's just say 9 degrees Celsius per kilometer, it's going to look a bit more like this line here on a graph. But if it's like 6.5 degrees Celsius, it's going to look a little bit more like almost like this. It's a little bit more steep, or it's a little bit less steep than that. But I get the general picture. When the lapse rate is higher, it helps to be able to produce more hail. And as hail is larger in the upper atmosphere, it starts to fall. It melts a little bit, but it melts a lot lesser. And then obviously when it hits the ground, it can be larger. So a whole lot of gibberish for a lot of people here, but whole weather lesson. Hey, Clay, how you doing? Welcome back. Thank you, Rana, as well as, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things in weather, and obviously you guys probably don't hear about these things. If you ever watch local news, most of the time they won't talk about a whole lot of those things because, they just don't have the time for it. I mean, a forecast on TV is 2.5 to 3 minutes. A live stream on YouTube can be like hours, so, or videos even can be really however long you want them. So that's why you probably have never heard of like lapse rates or, outflow boundaries, because obviously usually it's not too, outflow boundaries have been probably out there for a while, but lapse rates and stuff kind of get a little bit more into the detail in terms of hail and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a little weather explanation for you. And if you have any questions about any of that stuff, feel free to let me know. I have actually not learned about any of that stuff in college yet, but it's all prior knowledge. Watch Pete Delkus? I know Pete Delkus. I've actually gone to WFAA before. I did a shadowing with Kyle Roberts one time. So, I've actually been there before. I've never seen him, though. When I went, I think Kyle was the only person there. Parts of Texas get the worst storms. Really the worst area. It depends on the season, but during, like, the spring, it's typically this area. Sometimes even during almost late spring, we see a lot more severe weather in this area back out here. But a lot of the time it's basically North Texas. I would say Wichita Falls probably gets some of the, Wichita Falls region probably gets the worst severe weather though during the spring. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, though. It's not just an outflow boundary. I kind of said that before. But yeah, outflow boundary, there's a lot of variables that go into it. And anything in weather, there's a lot of variables. I mean, you learn it in math, you learn like an X equals whatever, Y equals whatever. I mean, it's kind of like, low pressure equals what, and, like moisture equals what, like what's the percentage of, relative humidity, all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of variables in weather that, go into forecasts and stuff like that. And one little, difference, like one little number that's skewed, let's just say, relative humidity is 80% instead of 60%, it can make a huge difference to the weather. So that's why being correct on one little thing can make a big difference in the weather world. Yeah, that's a weather lesson. And again, by the way, if you're just tuning in for the first time, again, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, like the video. If you want to support our page above and beyond, you can become a member on YouTube. Click the join button down below, or you can click the link in the description if you're on iOS. It starts from as little as $3 a month, helps my page out a lot. Again, I'm in college, so it would be greatly appreciated, but not required by any means. Appreciate everybody tuning in as always. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the chat. Keep you updated with the latest on the severe weather in North Texas as of right now. A lot of ice. We've had some flash flooding. It's nothing significant. Again, the extreme flooding that's in the title is for Georgia. I was covering that a little bit, but more than anything, the bigger concern today is the damaging wind potential and hail potential. There has been reports of some flash flooding. Let me actually go over to the rainfall totals here over the last 12, or really last 6 hours. We're going to take a look at the rainfall totals here, see if there's been really any areas that have in particular been some flash flooding. And actually in Dallas, we have a little area here of around 2 inches. So this was within the last about couple of hours, 2 inches there near Dallas. Around 3 inches actually near Boyd. I did have actually somebody mention near Boyd there was some ponding and flooding along Highway 280 or along 81. So we do have a report there. So that would make sense. A little bit of heavier rain there. But overall, a lot of the areas have been between anywhere from 0 inches all the way back up maybe to 3 inches. That's basically been our range so far in the North Texas region in terms of rain. So not a whole. And honestly, that's good. I would rather have 3 inches of rain than 10 inches of rain. Doesn't create much of a flooding potential, at least in North Texas. So really, sure. Hey, if you have any photos, feel free to send them in to me. Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, all those links are in the description below. But yeah, if you have any photos from any of these storms, feel free to send them in. This is in North Texas. Again, the stream for most part is going to be on North Texas weather. We do have a new report coming in of a trees down along Tin Top Highway in Oak Trails Shores. Brand new damage report, and that is in Hood County. Basically a couple miles to the northwest or north of Oak Trail Shores. This is north of Granbury. We do have a report again of trees down along Tin Top Highway, so make sure you're aware of that. As again, in air, we've had several damage reports. That's our newest one. Again, our most concerning one at this point was the 7 power poles that were blown over in Plano, and apparently some were laying on homes. So, in our most recent report, though, as of right now with these storms. Justin, Texas is right next to DFW and south of Denton. Oh, yeah, I've been in Justin before. There's a really good a food place there. I can't remember what it was. It was a barbecue place. If you live in Justin, you'd probably know. I can't remember what it was called though. It has really good barbecue food. I've been to one before. I can't remember what the name was, but I have experienced an earthquake actually, believe it or not. It was a pretty small one, but I have experienced one. I was actually in the gym. It's like 7 o'clock in the evening. And all of a sudden everything started shaking. It wasn't like it was like a magnitude 2 or 3. It wasn't anything crazy, but yeah, I've actually experienced an earthquake before, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm following them on Facebook. I can't remember what their name is. I don't know why I'm still following. Oh, Outlaw Burger. That's what it is. Just thinking of it. Yeah, Outlaw Burger is really good. Been there before. Good barbecue food there in Justin. Yeah, I've been to Justin before. So I think it's in Justin, right? I think it is. Somewhere over there. But yeah, no new damage reports coming in other than the one that we just saw near Granbury. Again, that was for trees down along Tin Top Highway. Other than that, again, still some strong to maybe isolated severe storms ongoing in this warning. Again, 60-mile-per-hour winds, the main concern with this area of storms. Cleburne, I know somebody was from Cleburne. There is some storm activity about to enter your area, so just heads up for you. There's definitely some stronger storms coming through your location here pretty shortly. Outlaw Burger has some really good fries. I don't remember what else I got there, though. We're in a 6.8 earthquake? Really? That's crazy. A branch landed on my roof. Sound like a small one? Hopefully it was small. Yeah, again, we've had some reports of tree limbs going down between 1 to 3 inches, so hopefully it's nothing that crazy. Hey, I'm doing good, Ethan. How about you? Pretty good. Hey, Rail, how you doing? Welcome. How's everybody doing, by the way, today? Hope everybody's doing well. For those that might not be in North Texas, or even if you are in North Texas, how you doing? Liking the rain? At least there's rain. And actually, something that I forgot to mention, I haven't posted this on Facebook because, you know, I'm kind of late on it now, but the new drought monitor came out for North Texas, and there's a big improvement. We can find it. Big improvement in North Texas. Let me see if it'll pop up here. Here we go. So this is old. Never mind. I can't even show it. But the latest drought monitor update actually no longer has Dallas in a drought anymore. So if you're in Dallas County, for the most part, Dallas County's out of a drought. So good news there. Yeah, Sheila, I definitely agree. Yeah, Wichita Falls definitely gets some pretty bad storms during the spring. And even the Lockett, Texas tornado earlier this year, that was insane. That was a horrible storm that happened there. Think about where we are today. 123 years ago. Really? That's how long North Texas records have been going for? It's actually a long time. Yeah, it's been pretty decent. There's been a drought ongoing across North Texas here for a little while now. So, and unfortunately, that is likely going to probably, it actually might end. Maybe. Might end a little bit. I'd say it probably will continue, but it depends on where you are in Texas, but a lot of North Texas is starting to see that dwindle a little bit in terms of the overall drought. So, yeah, the drought's definitely going down a little bit, which is good news. Because, again, North Texas, like the DFW area, for example, they're definitely diving down on the drought a little bit. It's not as bad as before. Look at this hail core back up here near 114, by the way. We have a pretty decent hail core here. Currently moving down to the south. That is west of Jack County, east of Newcastle. That's moving down to the south. We might get an upgrade on this warning to $half size hail. Any severe weather for southeast Louisiana? Nope, nothing today. Thank you, Christy, by the way, and Steve for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you're just tuning in for the first time, hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you've not already. Appreciate it. Nationwide weather here on the YouTube channel for those that are from North Texas. It's kind of changed on here. Hey, Haiti, how you doing? Tennessee, just some isolated storms. Can't rely on isolated severe storm, but for the most part, it's just gonna be isolated, or not isolated storms, but might be some scattered storms today over there. Hey, Ro, how you doing? Welcome back. Good news, Texas has some steady rain, or we said some nice steady rain in south central Indiana. There you go. There you go. Good news there. Yeah, hopefully the drought starts to go down a little bit. We are starting to see some pattern changes, and again, here for North Texas, for example, definitely a big difference from before. See it right now, a lot more storm activity across the area, but that's much needed rain for a lot of areas. This, on the other hand, maybe appears needed. Down here, it's definitely not really needed right now. Too much rain's falling in too short of a time. We have some storms up there in Connecticut, too. Yeah, over here in the west. I mean, just look at how much dry air this is. This is insane. Let me go over to the water vapor imagery. This is insane how much dry air that we have. Look at that swath of dry air here. It even goes into Texas. The exception would be that outflow boundary. The dry air is actually ongoing here near Texarkana. The difference, though, here, I believe a trough is starting to fill in somewhere over here. We have some storm activity on the back end of that. That's why we're seeing some storms here, just for reference. So that does happen a lot of the time with low pressure systems. We do see sometimes these back end storm activities that happen. But there's a lot of dry air, and I mean, all through the Midwest, northern plains, northern United States. It is a, it's very dry up that direction. So, pretty impressive. Back over to the live radar here. Back up here on this storm for right now. Go over to this. Go. This isn't for Bryson, by the way. That's the main area included in the warning. No problem, Sandy. Yeah, I occasionally switch back and forth. Tornado chance is basically 0 today. Yeah, it's never 0 technically, but for the most part, it's like, if I were to give you an actual probability on a mathematical scale, it would probably be 0.1, maybe 0.2%, or in that range, in like a 25-mile radius. If you ever looked at, this is a kind of interesting tool, and I've never really used this because a lot of the time it's more of a hype thing sometimes, I feel like, but there's a page called NATOcast, I think, on Twitter. And they have been, I wouldn't say overly accurate, but it's an interesting tool because it gives you a different perspective on tornado chances. And they have these like small areas sometimes where there's like, I think their scale starts from like 0.5%. Let me double check here. It starts from 0.1% and it goes up from there. So for example, today there's a 0.1% chance within a 25-mile radius across North Texas. So whatever that even equivalates to. But yeah, 0.1% and then 1%, then 2%, then 3%. It's just a nice little scale though, I feel like. I think the Storm Prediction Center should actually do that, but is Jaws in here? No, Jaws is not here. Jaws has been insane, but no, he's not here today. Had a 0 tornado chance and had a tornado. Yeah, exactly. That's one of those things. Yeah, I mean, tornadoes can't happen without having a tornado possibility. And that is a great example, actually. We had a stream for Colorado on a marginal threat day. There was a tornado warning. I was like, I might as well go live. And we had at least 8 confirmed tornadoes that day. And that was, I think that was like a month ago. So, yeah. Just kind of for reference. Again, we do see some pretty crazy stuff. Even in that situation, pretty crazy. Yeah, NATOcast. I don't use it because actually they did have a day back. The first time I ever looked at it was back when we had a severe weather event in New England, and they put like a 10% probability in a certain area within a 25-mile radius, and I don't think there was ever a tornado. So, but it's computer generated, so it's not just, you know, made up or whatever. But it's interesting. It's an interesting tool. But thank you, Jen, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Hey, Lacey, how you doing? Welcome back. Clean my Twitter. I did that one time back in 2020. I still use it, though, because you get a lot of photos of storms and stuff like that on there. Or for weather purposes. Other than that, I really don't use it. By the way, the storm over near Bryson, starting to lose a bit of its hail core right now, but still a little hail core there near highway, let's take a look, 134? 111. Or 114, can't get the numbers right. But that's a little hail core there. It's moving down to the south, again at about 25 miles per hour, going toward Bryson as of right now. Again, quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds possible with this storm as it moves down to the south. I've never seen any tornadoes in my life, Clay. Actually, never have. I want to, though, someday, obviously, but still haven't. Maybe someday, though. Yeah, I don't think we'll get a new warning on this storm here, but we'll see. Might get some special weather statements. Yeah, we have some strong storms there going through Cleburne right now, so a little bit of storm activity over there. Awesome Kingdom has boats there. Is there a lake there? Dude, the storm in Columbus, Ohio just woke me up. It's loud. Yeah, look real quick, my other phone. Or my phone. Not my other phone, but my actual phone. Some storms up there. Oh, there's actually a little storm there near Columbus. Nothing severe, but a little storm that developed there. Be some lightning. Thank you, Kathleen, for subscribing. I appreciate it. You've seen 8 tornadoes in your life? Holy moly. Still haven't seen my first. I mean, technically, I lived up in New England for 15 years of my life, and there's really no tornadoes ever up there, so. New update, by the way, out of Dallas County. We're up to 121,000 people without power there. So, just a new update there in Dallas County. So, a lot of power outages there. Again, that's about 12% of the county without power. Yeah, again, severe storms still remain possible over the next couple of hours. Again, main concern, hail up to the size of $0.5, 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's main concerns as of right now. Again, flooding potential, as mentioned in the title, is primarily for Georgia. Kind of covered that a little bit already, but there's no warnings. We'll go back over to that flooding, but I think for the most part, the flooding should be starting to wind down a little bit, so good news there. Back over to Graham. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in Polk County, Arkansas for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. Just a heads up there. Brand new warning over there in Polk County. Stay safe, Whitetown. Stay safe. Never seen a tornado, but I've had at least 15 confirmed tornadoes nearby you. That's crazy. You know, actually, funny enough, and actually somebody asked me this today, like, how many tornado warnings have I ever been in? And it's a weird question because I've never really counted. But over the years, at least in the last 4 years, I have to say I've been in about 8 tornado warnings, maybe 9. I've never had a tornado though. There was one confirmed tornado out of those like 9 warnings, and the tornado was visible. I never saw it. But yeah. like 8 or 9 tornado warnings in the last few years. But beyond that, I've been in like 2 before that. That was like the first 15 years of my life. Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, 4 tornado? That's insane. Guess you're a tornado magnet? You must be. You must be. Because honestly, not gonna lie, I would have probably never seen... I probably will never see 8 tornadoes in my life, honestly. I might someday, but I don't think I'll ever get to 8. Might get to like 3 or 4. You live in Moore, Oklahoma. Man, that area gets pounded. Recently, at least, I don't think they've seen a tornado recently, but... How many earthquakes? I've been in 1 earthquake in my life. Can't talk. 1 earthquake, but it was like a 2 or 3 magnitude. It wasn't anything crazy. Hey, Abby, how you doing? Storms are all across the Midwest, as well as not Midwest, excuse me, the Ohio Valley, along with the mid to lower Mississippi Valley, and what we're covering right now is North Texas. So I remember that, Mike. I remember that. That wasn't that recent. I remember covering a tornado and it impacted a warehouse, an Amazon warehouse. That was about a month, maybe month and a half ago, though. Hey, Antonia, how you doing? Welcome back. Lots of tornadoes, but no earthquakes. We have another outflow boundary, by the way, that got shot off here, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look at this. That would not be the best. Yeah, there's an outflow boundary that just got shot off over here, too. You can actually see it on radar. We have another outflow boundary. I'm not sure if it's going to really produce a whole lot of storm activity behind it, because there's already been storms, but an outflow boundary just got shot off right here. Here's our initial one. It's kind of out of the screen now, but another outflow boundary just got shot off. It's going off to the east, so more gusty winds potentially in the DFW area. But other than that, our main outflow boundary that's been producing most of the storm activity is right here. But another outflow boundary just got shot off right there. So, like, it's more storms there in the DFW area. If there's I think there's a lot more sinking air though now, so I don't think storms will really be able to develop nearly as well as before. But you lived in Galveston for 4 years. Is that the area in South Texas, Southeast Texas? Check my Twitter. Take a look at my Twitter. Again, if you have any photos or videos, feel free to send them in to me on Twitter. Yeah, a little bit of rotation there in maybe the upper levels, but I'm not seeing a whole lot otherwise. It's more the upper levels. A lot of scud activity there, too. It's an interesting storm, though. Again, if there's any tornado warnings, we'll definitely cover it, but... up in, I believe, Ohio. So, keep you updated, though, if there's anything new. I do have a severe weather potential, by the way, in western Arizona and portions of southeastern California, believe it or not, for some scattered storm activity. Some isolated severe weather is possible, so an update there. Thank you, Tim, as well as Rita, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Your Fairfield tornado thing for the Amazon warehouse? I can't remember what it was, but it was something that I covered recently. Out of Fort Worth, by the way, multiple homes with roof damage. So if you have any roof damage, contact Button Contracting if you're in North Texas. It's our sponsor. So, but yeah, apparently there's some roof damage in Fort Worth. Yeah, that's a new update there. So roof damage reported in Fort Worth. Multiple homes there. Roof damage. And again, our more crazy report that we've seen today, again, was in Plano of 7 power poles blown over. And apparently some laying on homes. Again, we still don't have any photos on that. I'm going to take a look and see if we have any other photos there. But I just don't think we've had any photos there, unfortunately. I was hoping to see and kind of show you guys, but doesn't seem like we have any out of there. Hopefully everybody stayed safe, though, there. Obviously, having power poles fall onto a home can be very dangerous. It can spark fires, so hopefully none of that happened. I don't think any of that did happen, but... Hey, thanks, Abby. I appreciate it. That a lot. Never seen a tornado, and you've been 65 years. That's crazy. Central Ohio, though. Yeah, I guess Central Ohio doesn't see a whole lot of tornadoes, but 65 years not seeing a tornado. I mean, I've gone 20 without one, so yeah, that's pretty incredible. I mean, you can easily go without seeing a tornado if you lived in like Alaska or something. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in Pittsburgh, Ohio. County, Pittsburgh County. That's near McAllister for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds and quarter-sized hail. So brand new warning there as well. So we got a couple of warnings back up here to the north. This severe thunderstorm warning is going to expire in a couple of minutes. So as that expires, we'll go a bit further off to the north. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a funnel cloud either. But I've been in several tornado warnings before, and the most prominent one I would say was probably... I don't think that's a tornado. I think that's just scud action, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to look at this. Somebody's posting on Twitter that there's a tornado on the ground, but I don't see... Oh, wait. At the end. Might actually be a little small tornado up there. What's the exact location, Michael? You know the exact location of that? Not North Texas, but... Is that near Columbus? It looks like a little quick, brief, maybe funnel cloud, or maybe even a really brief tornado. It's very, very small, though. It's not very well defined. Nevada 2 averages 2 tornadoes a year. I think it's a little bit higher than that, isn't it? Well, it might actually be that low. That's pretty low, though. 2 tornadoes per year. Texas, I think, averages like 140 or something. Dan, it has a lot to do with upper level winds. It has to do with, you know, like if we have a trough, for example. Actually, we do have a trough over here. Storms are moving more to the south, though, because that's where the upper level winds are going and whatnot. Back over here to the northeast, the storms are going a bit more northeast, and that's primarily back over there in areas like Georgia, and that is, again, kind of being steered by that cold front, the low pressure system, and that sort of thing. And it's kind of almost like hurricanes and stuff like that. It has a lot to do with the troughs and stuff like that as well. But no longer any severe thunderstorm warning there. It's mostly strong storms now down there to the south. A lot of damage reports, though, but the only severe thunderstorm that we have left in North Texas is this one that looks to be weakening, so good news there. A little strong storm near Woodson, but that might actually get warned for quarter-sized hail, but that'll be about it. Frontal boundaries, wind direction, just as Mike said, yeah, pretty much main couple of things there. But yeah, storms kind of vary. These ones, for example, again, outflow boundaries going down to the south. The storms are also moving to the south due to the winds moving, for the most part, down to the south that are a little bit higher up in the atmosphere. And that is all back behind, I believe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this low pressure system isn't defined yet, but we do have a little low that's trying to, like a little weak low that'll kind of ridge right here. And they'll kind of build like a little trough. It's not going to be that strong by any means, but that's bringing storm activity this direction, kind of more down to the south. Over here would primarily be back up to the north and northeast. So I'll have to make some tutorials on those things, though, because I do have a lot of people that ask like that sort of stuff. I know people do like the tutorials as well. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in Los Angeles County, California, for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds and quarter-sized hail. So apparently there is a warning in Los Angeles, California. No problem, Dan. Augusta, Georgia. Let me take a look at some of the other storms. I haven't really popped off this. Actually, I forgot I was not on the right screen. I'm off the wrong screen here for a while. Let's go back over to this one. The warning count back on here. Let me figure out what the warning count is. We're at 4, so that's perfect. We have a couple of other warnings. Let me hop over to a couple of the other ones as of right now. Near Mena, we do have a little storm that is producing some 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. Not a whole lot of areas there, but maybe Big Fork, Opal, and Shady Oak. Back over here near McAllister, which actually had a tornado earlier this year. A little bit of quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. That is moving down to the southeast. Southeast. Let me go back over to the Georgia area. Which area were we talking about? Augusta, Georgia? Not sure even really where that is, but a lot of strong storm activity. None of this is really severe at this point. Potential for flash flooding does exist throughout today and really the next several days. As that kind of trough and stationary front sticks back out to the west. But otherwise, just some shower and storm activity. Some of them are strong. Nothing severe, though, as of right now. And back up here in Ohio, we have a couple of other storms as well. There's actually one over here near Youngstown where some gusty winds around 30 miles per hour. So we have a little storm back up that direction that's a little strong, but nothing severe, it looks like, as of right now. Our latest update as of right now. Yeah, that's really what we're looking at. Again, this is a look at the dry air and whatnot, and I kind of showed this before, but you just see the huge dry sector of air that is built in across the central United States. It actually goes down into Texas, and then you got your frontal boundary for the most part right here with a little weak cold front. I'm pretty sure it's just right behind it here. It's very weak. It's producing some storm activity, and again, That actually, there's a little storm activity back up there in Illinois. But overall, a lot of storm activity that we're seeing right now is being driven from outflow boundaries, which the ones in Texas for sure are outflow driven. So here's a look at the high def radar down here in Texas as of right now. Let me go back over to this and let's take off that. Yeah, outflow boundary again, moving down to the south, going through Hillsboro as of right now. Walnut Springs, Meridian next in track for that outflow boundary over the next several minutes. Gusty winds typically come from outflow boundaries. So we're looking at as of right now. No problem, Gina. Nothing going on in Michigan. Michigan is, yeah, Michigan won't probably see a whole lot, but yeah, Michigan is probably going to see a dry pattern as well. A lot of those areas in the northern United States will probably be seeing a lot of dry patterns. And if I'm going to take a quick look at the temperature difference, let me take a look over the next several days. I know there's potentially going to be some colder air going to fill in, potentially to areas like Michigan next week. We could even get, and this might be kind of crazy to say, but there may be, maybe some wintry weather potentially in extreme northern Michigan, like the Panhandle, maybe going to maybe mid-month, but pretty unlikely. But temperatures will drop probably into the 40s at least for areas like Wisconsin and Minnesota, and even Nebraska going into around September 10th-ish, maybe to the 13th, that kind of range for lows overnight. Yeah, no snow or anything like that's really forecast at this point. Obviously, we're starting to get close to fall, but we are not seeing any snow activity at this point or anything that's wintry that at least forecasted. Yeah, I'll have a little cool down, it looks like, potentially going into like the 10th, the 13th, a little trough. That might bring some severe weather too. Temperatures as of right now, for lows at least, are forecasted to dive down into the 40s, maybe 50s, sort of that range. But hey, EJ, how you doing? Back. You didn't know LA had bad weather? Yeah, they usually don't have that much bad weather, but it's just kind of one of those days where there's a little storm. That again, actually, I'll go over to Los Angeles real quick. There's actually a couple of them now. This is north of Los Angeles. We've never covered this area for severe weather really ever. So this is a brand new warning as well. Both of them for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So again, rare rain here in California. Hey, stay safe, Virginia. Hopefully it's just gusty winds there. I would kill for those kind of temperatures. Hey, the temperatures are 40s and 50s. Just gotta move north. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. This is for areas in southwestern or North Texas. Glen Rose, Cleburne are included in a brand new severe thunderstorm warning for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. And not really much of a hail threat, but a little bit of damaging winds. That's again moving down to the south right now. So Glen Rose, again, the main area in the track of that. Let me go and post this on Facebook real quick. I do cover, again, North Texas weather on Facebook. So one moment, please. If you have any questions or anything like that, comments, feel free to leave those in the chat. Again, make sure if you're just tuning in for the first time to hit the subscribe button down below. Appreciate it a lot. Let me figure out where this is. Hood County, Johnson County, Somerville County, as well as Pasquis County, maybe, are included in this ongoing new warning. Went south about 20 miles per hour, and then we are live. Yep. All right, cool. So yeah, again, brand new severe thunderstorm warning here in Texas. That's again for damaging winds up to 60. That's again moving down to the south. There actually might be a little bit of small hail with this, but as of right now, no warning for hail as this moves down to the south and southeast over the next several minutes. Sounds good, Abby. I'm doing good, EJ. How about you? Yeah, there's a flash flood emergency. I think there at least was one in Georgia. I'm not sure if it's still ongoing. When I checked, at least on the software, it didn't say emergency or catastrophic or anything like that. So it might have already ended, at least that. But there is still flash flood warnings ongoing, at least. If there's still an emergency, obviously, I wouldn't be surprised. The rainfall totals reached around a foot in Somerville, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. That was the region. That's like northwestern portions of Georgia, basically extreme northwestern Georgia was where the flash flooding occurred. By the way, update on Dallas County and power outages. The power outages were up to 121,000. Seems like some power is getting restored. It's now back down to 116,000. So you're starting to see at least some power getting repaired basically in the DFW area. That's a new update there. Glenrose has an amazing drive-through animal park. Really? Never been to Glenrose before. First flash flood emergency in St. Louis. I remember that, and I actually had a video on that. Obviously a video forecast. I don't think I went live for it, but yeah, that was a crazy flooding event to say the least. Insane. I remember that one though. That was easily one of the more that was really, I feel like that was when all the flash flooding events began though this summer, was that St. Louis one. I felt like it kind of just increased from there really across the board. So yeah, definitely. That was a pretty crazy event. I have a lot of photos from that one too. A lot of people sent in photos on that. But yeah, it's pretty crazy to say the least. Alrighty. Well, let me go back over to Twitter. I'm going to see if we have any photos or videos coming in. We have some interesting videos coming out of let me see if I can show this on screen. I'm gonna see if I can show this video. So basically in Dallas, I believe, there was trash cans, there's flooding there. Literally trash cans going down the road. It's kind of a funny video. Hopefully I can show you. Kind of sums up the Sunday though for North Texas. By the way, 63,000 people are in the severe thunderstorm warning, so and a lot of North Texas is pretty populated. Well, I'll see if I can show you that video. If not, I'll go and retweet it, but that is hilarious. Remember trash cans go down the road during flooding, and for some reason it can kind of be funny. As long as the flooding's not crazy. The flooding is kind of like on the low end right now, but... Hey, Michael, how you doing? Chicago? No, nothing for Chicago. You're talking about Chicago, Illinois, right? You're not talking about... I've never heard of Chicago land. I'm not sure if that's like the region they call it, but... Hopefully I can show that, though. That'd be really funny. We do have an update, by the way, on the... We have several updates. Okay, so we have two updates. The storm in Pittsburgh County, Oklahoma. The hail potential is now no longer existent. It's just downburst winds up to 60. Same thing goes for the warning in Polk County, Arkansas. Oh, just an update there. But if you guys want to watch that video right now, I'll go and retweet it on Twitter. But otherwise... I'll go and show it if I can get permission for it. They actually call it Chicagoland? I didn't know that. Okay. That's good to know. Alright, let's see. So still a severe thunderstorm warning up here. I think that's been canceled at this point. That's for the Graham area, basically, just north of Graham. Otherwise, we still have the outflow boundary going down to the south. Again, isolated severe weather is still going to be possible over the next couple of hours. And primarily, any new severe weather developments would probably be here near Cisco, Abilene, along Interstate 20 near Stephenville. Probably our best chance for any other severe weather today. But otherwise, this is our main severe thunderstorm warning. So we'll sit on this one for a few minutes. I'm going to see if we get this video permission, because if I can get that, that'd be awesome. But there's, again, trash cans flowing down the river. Interesting video. Not river, down the road. The hail radar real quick. I'm curious to see what the hail is on the storm. Not sure if it's been, like, you know, upgraded or anything like that, but yeah, most of the area, as of right now, the warning is for less than dime-sized hail, basically. That typically means we're looking at pea-sized hail or less in most instances, but there's a couple of pockets of nickel-sized hail. Actually, one near Cleburne. I'd actually one up there near Godley, too. So there's been a couple of little pockets here of some up to nickel-sized hail, but again, hail potential is really going to be dwindling over the next couple of hours. The lapse rates, interestingly enough, were the highest up here, which is why we saw the hail potential up here. I kind of made a bad circle, but the lapse rates were like 6.5 to 7 degrees Celsius per kilometer up here. Over here, they're below 6, so we probably won't see much hail down here south of I-20. So main threat now from here on out is going to be probably damaging winds. Hey, Caden, how you doing? Welcome back. I'm gonna see if I can just let me go over to Show that one. All right. So if I get permission for that, I'll go and show you guys, but if Evan can confirm it or not. Again, we are currently on the severe thunderstorm warning. This is again in southern North Texas. All right, I'm gonna be able to show you guys this video. So this is a look at it. I don't know why I find this funny, but oh, there's actually a guy out there. I didn't even realize this. There's actually a guy getting his trash can. That is not safe, by the way. I don't recommend ever doing that. I didn't even see that. Yeah, trash cans flowing down the river. That is something to see. Again, this is somewhere in DFW. I'm not sure where. Yeah, go back to the beginning. Yeah, you can just see the trash cans literally flowing down the river here. They're expensive to replace, are they really? This is in DFW. Yeah, I've never, I didn't know trash cans cost that much to replace. I didn't think they would cost that much. Unless they're through the company, maybe they charge more. Crazy. $100? Is it really that much? For a trash can? $100? Why did I not know that? Oh, one more time. $100 though, that is insane. Is that like bare minimum? Wait, trash can price. There is a trash can for a a commercial business, basically. You know, the ones that are outside of like a Sonic or a Jason's Deli or whatever in North Texas, if you guys have ever been there. $820 for a trash can? God, I might have to get into the trash can business. Start selling some trash cans, because apparently that's seems like a highly profitable business. I didn't think it would ever cost that much. Next thing you know, Max Velocity sells trash cans. Crazy. Thank you, by the way. That was from Jessica on Twitter. Jessica Patella. Apparently, Evan, by the way, has some footage from the floods in Somerville, Georgia. So we'll have some footage from that here in a moment. So stay tuned. Yeah, that was the flash flood emergency that happened in Georgia earlier. Hey Sam, how you doing? Welcome back. Raccoons break into the cheap ones? Oh, okay, I gotcha now. So the quality ones are like 100 plus. They charge $125 in Wichita Falls. Holy boy, it's actually crazy. I didn't realize how much trash cans actually cost. I honestly thought they were like 10 bucks. You know, they're like the dollar store. Maybe $20 at Home Depot, you know, that sort of thing. I didn't realize they were that much though. That's crazy. Your business partner? There's still a flash one. Okay, there's still actually one ongoing. Yeah, let me go back over here real quick. I don't know if it's still on these warnings. It just doesn't say it for me on this end. Say it on this one. This is a considerable threat right here. 6 to 8 inches. This one says between 2 to 4 inches. And this, yeah, it doesn't say flash flood emergency anymore. Pretty sure it's no longer a flash flood emergency. Yeah, I don't think it is anymore. But it was. But I don't think it is anymore. It's not classified, at least on my end. All right, so let's see. So this is a video out of the Georgia flooding. It's actually 4 minutes long. I won't watch the entire thing, but this is the flooding that happened in Georgia for reference. Yeah, this is from Evan. So Evan's the media group person. We do have a new warning, by the way, from Montgomery. We have a tornado warning. Actually, I have to get to that. We have a brand new tornado warning. That is, it's over in Ohio. This is near Youngsville, actually. An area that we were talking about before. Again, brand new tornado warning has just been issued. Seek shelter immediately away from windows, lowest floor possible. Again, this is a brand new tornado warning up in Ohio. And we actually have some pretty decent rotation here. This is near Poland, Lowellville, Beardman, Struthers, and New Middletown. Again, seek shelter immediately, away from windows and lowest floor possible. Warning goes for actually almost 45 minutes. So, again, brand new tornado warning here. Seek shelter immediately, away from windows and lowest floor possible. Again, this is moving off to the east-northeast. We also have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning for half-dollar size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds in Young County and Stevens County, Texas. So, again, that kind of came out of nowhere. Again, tornado warning up here in Struthers, Lowellville, Poland. Moving off to the northeast. This is, again, near Youngstown. So, somebody was mentioning this earlier. We had some rotation, apparently, on one of these storms. So, this is over in Ohio. Let me go and post this on Twitter real quick. This is Youngstown, right? Youngstown. All right, just posting this on Twitter real quick. But again, this is currently an ongoing tornado warning. Literally just got issued seconds ago. Currently over in Poland right now, we have some pretty decent rotation. Let me go back over to the velocities. And that's again going toward Lowellville as of right now. This is a look at the velocities as of right now. And the rotation is definitely there. Yeah, it's not the strongest we've ever seen, but it is definitely on the moderate side. It could, again, rapidly strengthen at any time. So, again, make sure you're in shelter immediately, away from windows and lowest floor possible. This is, again, near Interstate 680. Moving off to the east-northeast right now at about 10 miles per hour, apparently. So it's not a quick-moving storm by any means, but definitely a storm to watch for very closely. Again, there is definitely an inflow going into the storm here. Inflow, and then, again, here's your hook. And tornadoes typically like to sit right about there. So that's what we're looking at right now in terms of the storm. Again, it is currently tracking off to the northeast. Oh, again, brand new tornado warning. Sounds good, Lacey. I do not have Twitter. No problem at all, Clay. No problem. It's 2 rotations. Yeah, there's another one just off here to the east. It's definitely weaker, though. But yeah, there's a little area that's trying to rotate also right there. So again, here's where your inflow is. There is, again, your hook. So again, that is the ongoing tornado warning here. There is a little bit more rotation, though, near Lowellville, but it is not strong, and it's not really strengthening much right now. But that will be another area to watch as well pretty closely over the next several minutes. Hey, Devin, how you doing? Welcome back. Update on the Polk County, Arkansas severe thunderstorm warning. That has now been upgraded to nickel-sized hail, so... we have a new radar update, by the way, coming in on this storm here in just a moment, so stay tuned. I'm going to change my title to Tornado Warning in Ohio, for those that might be in Ohio. Yeah, again, I'll go back to the flooding videos here in a little bit, but... Okay, cool. All right, let's go back over to the radar. Latest radar update just came in. It seems like that inflow is actually probably getting a little bit tighter in here. That's where it's going into now. Again, here's your hook. Again, a tornado might even be rain-wrapped if it's able to develop here near Poland. This is back over to the velocities. And yeah, again, that's where your rotation is as of the latest radar scan. It's not overly strong. Again, we do have a little bit of rotation there. It's definitely still broad right now near Poland. It's, again, moving off to the northeast. It will likely go towards Lowellville. And going towards Highway 224 over the next several minutes. We do have another area of rotation near Lowellville, though. Let's take a look at that one. Yeah, there's a little bit of rotation up there, too. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a tornado warning on that one. But yeah, a couple areas to watch here. Again, going into basically eastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania is currently where we have that ongoing threat. So again, seek shelter immediately away from windows, lowest floor possible. Again, if you're in eastern Ohio or western portions of Pennsylvania. We're currently at as of right now. Not mean to do that. Got a little bit of rotation there near Poland, moving off to the northeast. No, I did not. Thank you. Thank you, JD. So we do have 1 tornado warning. We currently have 6 severe thunderstorm warnings, actually. We have a lot of warnings. Hey, stay safe, Virginia. Yeah, that's crazy. Again, if you have any photos, feel free to send them in to me on Twitter or Facebook or any of those platforms. They're all linked down below, but yeah, the flooding's been kind of insane up there. Again, hopefully everybody's staying safe there in Somerville. Definitely some dangerous flooding, to say the least. back over to here. Let's see if we have any reports coming in here. Again, this is over in Poland. In terms of the tornado warning as of right now, population, by the way, 49,000. So there's a lot of people that live here. I'm not seeing any sort of photos out of this area as of right now. We'll keep you updated if we have any sort of photos or videos. But yeah, as of right now, nothing coming out of there as of now. But again, rotation's broad, so if there were to be a tornado, it likely would probably be brief or weak, something along those lines, and it probably wouldn't last, again, too long. But here's the latest radar update. Again, rotation seems to be broad. If there were to be a tornado, it'd probably be right about there near 224. And it's an overall area that we're seeing pretty broad rotation, though, as of right now. Here's a look at the reflectivity. So it typically likes to be on that little edge there. That's currently moving off to, again, to the east-northeast toward Louisville as of right now. Another severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued for Wichita County, Texas. That is for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds, and that's also for quarter-sized hail. That's a new warning that we just had issued. So another warning just got issued up that direction, or down that direction. And moving off to the northeast as right now, going toward Louisville, and eventually probably going to go towards areas like Interstate 376. Let me go over to the velocities on the other storm here. And yeah, we still have some rotation here near 422. Again, it's not strong. It's kind of on the broad stage as well as in comparison to the other one. It's pretty broad. So we have a couple areas of broad rotation, but we'll watch them both pretty closely over the next several minutes, again, as they track out to the east-northeast. That's what we're looking at as of right now. Tornadoes without any hook echoes confuse me. It kind of depends. I mean, this isn't really a hook. It's a hook. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a hook echo, but it's definitely a hook. I mean, we have a little hook here. We have an inflow going into the storm there. It's still pretty broad rotation, but tornadoes, it kind of depends on the situation. Because if you're looking at something that's rain wrapped, it's a completely different sort of story with a tornado. But with something that's a bit more like, it's not discreet, but we have no really rain out in front of it, you can more clearly, I would say, see the hook and whatnot on this sort of storm. So it's kind of situational, though. It really depends on what you're looking at. Because you could be looking at, let's just say there's rotation right here near Struthers or something like that. And, let's say there's a tornado there. That might confuse you completely, which typically there wouldn't be in this scenario. But if there was like rain around, an area of circulation, that might be a reason why you might get confused. But yeah, that's what we're looking at there. And as of right now, this storm is currently moving off to the east-northeast. Again, Louisville will be the next in track of it. It will eventually go into western Pennsylvania, so areas near 224, southwest of 422 will be in track of this eventually. So yeah, make sure you're seeking shelter immediately away from windows and lowest floor possible if you're in the track. All right, here's the latest radar update as of right now. Let's go over to tornado warning. Yeah, again, rotation seems to be broadening out for right now. So for the most part, I'm probably going to go off this tornado warning for now. But I do think that overall rotation is definitely weakening. It was pretty brief. I'm pretty sure we had some sort of brief funnel cloud or something with this at some point too. That might have been the reason why that we got that update there. But we do have a flash flood warning actually ongoing for Youngstown as well. And I know we have some viewers from that area. So let's make sure you're staying safe. But it does look like that tornado warning likely going to most likely get canceled at some point pretty soon. But stay in shelter if you're in that area just in case. But for right now, I'm going to go back over to the other storms in Texas because I do want to go to the new warnings. But I'll keep you updated with the latest if anything newly develops there. But again, that's eastern, northeastern Ohio region. Back over in Texas, we have a few new warnings. We currently have one in Wichita Falls. That is for, again, damaging winds up to 60 and quarter-sized hail. This storm is blowing up pretty quickly, by the way. That is going to be going towards Wichita Falls over the next several minutes. And that is currently tracking down to the southeast, going towards Highway 287 and 277. So storm to watch over the next several minutes as that moves down to the south. And also we have another strong storm. This might get warned for severe weather here in a moment, but that's in basically southwestern Archer County. That's also moving down to the southeast. Back near Breckenridge, we also have a severe thunderstorm warning here. This is for half-dollar sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, also currently moving down to the south as of right now. So another warning here that is currently moving down that direction. And otherwise, our other warning is back over in Glen Rose and Cleburne. That is moving down to the south for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Not really any hail threat there, but a couple of new warnings, so we'll probably go on the Wichita Falls one for now. Further south to the north. And Wichita Falls, I actually know a few people from, so we'll storm up that direction. Definitely some hail, though, for sure. We gotta take off the special weather statements for now because it's kind of blocking out the view here. Want to do that? Over to this, and let's take off the special weather statements. There we go. Strong storm warnings. They're called special weather statements, but yeah, special weather statements are kind of along those lines. Go back over to here. See if we have any photos coming out of Wichita Falls real quick. You know what's interesting? Look at this outflow boundary. You actually can see it really clearly here. This is the outflow boundary that's producing the storms, by the way. It's like kind of all bended shaped here, but that's why we're seeing storms now up here in Wichita Falls, for example, is because of this outflow boundary that's currently moving off to the west and the northwest. So it's kind of a little bit of a thing there. Yeah, you can clearly see that outflow boundary. It's another one actually over here. They're going to probably collide, but yeah, a couple of outflow boundaries right now ongoing here. And Wichita Falls, population of 120,000 people. So it's definitely a populated area with that potential for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And this is pretty close to where that Lockett tornado was. If you guys were, if you're really OGs, you might know. But yeah, we were covering that tornado-warned storm a while ago. But that was back in like April or May that happened. Yeah, we're live for that. That was pretty insane what happened there. That's not too far from where this storm is as of right now. Vernon, that area as well. Yeah, that area got pounded with that one tornado-warned storm. That was an insane one, to say the least. Yeah. Kind of brings back a little bit of memories from that storm. That was a crazy one to cover, too. Let me back over to here. Thank you, by the way, Aiden, for subscribing. I appreciate it. That's crazy, Jeff. Hopefully they stay safe. I know a lot of the stuff that's ongoing with these flooding situations and whatnot, it's crazy. Crazy stuff. Hopefully everybody, you know, stay safe. Again, big things are like turn around, don't drown, that sort of thing. One of the biggest things when it comes to flooding, especially. Back over to here. Hey, Phil, how you doing? Welcome back. The storm in Poland, Ohio, that one is beginning to weaken. Again, stay in shelter just in case, but overall the rotation was definitely weakening the last time I checked. So I do expect that tornado warning will likely probably get canceled. There might be an extension to one, maybe into Pennsylvania, but we'll see. It's primarily off to east of Poland now, so I went off of it. Anything for northern Indiana? Probably not much. Maybe just some rain, but nothing severe or anything like that. That's crazy, Leia. That's crazy. I'm glad he survived, obviously. That I didn't really know it. Yeah. What did you say? 4? 5? Yeah, 5. I didn't even know what F5 went through Wichita Falls back then. I think I heard about it, but I didn't obviously live in Texas that long. I've only been there for a few years. Water terrifies you? Yeah, honestly, I wish more people would do it. It's just kind of one of those things, you know? People think they can risk it, and a lot of the time, it's just not worth it. Almost all the time, it's not worth it. One of those things. Tornado warning, by the way, does continue there in Ohio for the next approximately 23 minutes. So, but for right now, we're not going to really cover it much. Again, that storm seemed like it was weakening in rotation. There might be still a little bit of rotation on that one, but that's going to be entering to Pennsylvania here pretty shortly. Yeah, we'll go back to it if anything does end up happening. It's like extreme western Pennsylvania, Phil. So, going on as of right now there. Yeah, only storms that are left in North Texas is the one in Wichita Falls, and we also, again, have one. We actually have a damage report coming out of Midlothian. Minor roof damage off of Fort Worth Road in Midlothian, so another damage report coming out of there. Again, we've had a few roof damage reports here in the Metroplex, or really just outside of it. Again, if you know anybody in North Texas, make sure they're staying safe. Obviously, a good amount of damage actually happened from these storms, even though most of it was minor. We did see like 7 power poles down and whatnot, so there has been definitely some crazier damage reports so far. Beyond that, overall, it seems like the damage has been to a minimal extent, so good news. But obviously, we've had a couple of areas with some damage. Hey, Wyatt, how you doing? Heavy thunderstorm warnings were a thing? When were they ever a thing? Is that actually a thing? I at least don't remember that ever being a thing. By the way, if we ever have auroras, which actually, if you guys didn't hear last night, we had a G2 magnetic storm. If we ever have auroras, I do have a cam up in Canada, so I might do a little sort of like live stream for when there's auroras and whatnot. At some point, not today, but be in the future. Stay safe, Wyatt. Yeah, there's been some decent storms here. North Texas, anywhere in North Texas, has been pretty crazy. A lot of hail, a lot of damaging winds. It's been the main thing today, for sure. We do have now an official camera there out of Canada, so got some permission. So I didn't hit my camera, but yeah, we now have permission for it, so. I can't remember where it was in Canada. Let me figure out real quick. Some Sunshine Village in Canada or something like that. Yeah, Sunshine Village in Canada. Yeah, if we ever have any, you know, solar, or not solar, any, like, you know, auroras or anything like that, we'll definitely keep you posted, because that'd be pretty cool. This is actually from last night. Here are the auroras from last night. There's some cool ones. Kind of hard to see. There was a bit more cloud cover last night, but yeah, there was some auroras last night. Sunshine Village live stream, but yeah. Something for the future. Something for the future. I'm kind of excited to do that, though, because I wanted to do it the last time when we had that geomagnetic storm a few weeks ago. I actually wanted to do it then, but we just never really got to it. That's pretty cool. Love seeing the auroras. They're really cool. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, hit the subscribe button down below. We're 5 subscribers from 17,350. I would appreciate it. Also, make sure to hit the like button down below. Would appreciate it. We're only 28 likes away from 300, so make sure to hit the like button. Next solar eclipse is in 2 years, I think. Yeah, solar eclipse, I actually might travel to see it. I might. See what happens. Yeah, I'm planning on going to see that. Or even maybe go live for it, but we'll see. See what happens. That'd be really cool to go see in person. It's only a minute, but it's 1 minute that is an insane experience in your lifetime. Next solar eclipse in... Oh, I just read that, never mind. Let's see, a big chance of rotation. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of rotation up there. There was a little bit initially. I think there's actually still a little bit there. Yeah, there's still a little bit of rotation. It's pretty broad, though. Yeah, there's a couple of areas that's mainly northwest of Pittsburgh, like extreme western Pennsylvania, basically, is where that rotation is still ongoing. Red Road, anything in Tennessee is going to be mainly just isolated strong storms. If anything, though, it's going to be mostly rain for your area. Anywhere really there in the Mississippi Valley, and as well as even Ohio Valley, for the most part, is just going to be isolated, you know, severe weather. Or isolated strong storms, I mean. Most of it will be rain. Yeah, that's what I'm forecasting as of right now. Let's see if we have anything on Twitter one last time. We'll take a look. As of right now, no update, I believe. I'm going to take a look and see if we have any photos out of Lowellville. But yeah, as of right now, no photos or videos or anything like that out of the Ohio area. Yeah, we had a couple of, we have a tornado warning still ongoing there, but I think for the most part, the rotation was dying down, so that's why I'm not on anymore. But the Wichita Falls storm, by the way, is weakening very quickly, so we are not looking at much of a hail potential, looks like, anymore. That's definitely weakened very quickly. Beyond that, though, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning back near Breckenridge, and it's still warned for half-dollar sized hail. I do think that hail potential is definitely dropped down, but you might still have a little bit of damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. That'd be probably about it, though, as that storm moves down to the south, again, going towards Breckenridge, maybe even towards Abilene in the near future, so. No problem, Red Road. What we're looking at as of right now. Back over to here real quick. Hopefully I can get permission on that trash cans video. Actually, I kind of want to use that for a video on the TikTok and whatnot. Fun video to use. We have a video coming out of, or a photo coming out of Boardman, Ohio. Apparently debris was being lifted up. Not hard to see, but apparently that's over in, where's Boardman, Ohio? Is it the same warning that was just on? Oh, that's near Poland. So apparently a little while ago, there was actually possibly some debris when we were initially on the tornado warning. So there might have actually been a tornado on the ground. It probably was brief, but we might have had one there. Do you have a new warning, by the way, over in... where this is? Over in Maine. We actually have a severe thunderstorm warning up in Maine. In Oxford County for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds, quarter-sized hail. There's also torrential rain in Boardman, the same area. There's been some street flooding, so no update there. Yeah, it looks like there's a brief tornado in Ohio. That was the initial, that's when we initially went to the warning, so. But yeah, Youngstown's definitely seeing some storms over that direction. Yeah, you can actually see the debris. It's, again, that may have been a tornado since it's lifted up. It's very small items. It's not like, it almost kind of looks almost like paper. So it's kind of hard to tell, but there may have been something brief there in Ohio. Like what we're looking at there. Yeah, that was from a little earlier. Quick. I'm getting hungry. I'll probably end the stream in about 5 minutes, by the way. I'm getting pretty hungry. 6:30. Otherwise, it's not been too crazy of a day. I mainly went live for the North Texas stuff anyways. But again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I would appreciate the subscribe button. Make sure to like the video as well. Helps out our page a lot. Again, if you want to support our page above and beyond, you can become a member down below for as little as $3 a month. You click the top link in the description. Got all the benefits, by the way, bloopers access and more. Go check that out. But most of the severe weather is coming from actually a trough. It's a very, very weak trough. But there's a little trough down here into actually northeast Texas, and it's kind of like right about here right now. Yeah, it's very, very weak. It's disorganized. It's not really that impressive. That's where a lot of the storms are coming from at this point. There's several outflow boundaries, by the way, over here in central Texas now. But yeah, we might see some increase of severe weather going into potentially this upcoming weekend, so stay tuned. But I honestly hope we don't, because I probably won't be going live at all next week, but we'll see. I was kind of hoping maybe next week I already have a planned, trip or vacation, if you want to call it, for the upcoming weekend, but we'll see what happens. Hey, by the way, Chris and Jax for subscribing, I appreciate it. Salad time? No, I'm not getting salad. That sounds good, but I don't have anything to make it with, other than Caesar dressing. I don't have actually lettuce or anything like that. Somebody buy him a pizza. If somebody donates me $10, I'll go get a actual meal. Otherwise, I'm eating rice. You don't have to, though. I'll probably eat rice and something else. I went to Walmart the other day, for those that are interested in my experiences. So I went to Walmart and I got groceries or whatever, and I ended up getting donuts. I was like, should I get a 6-pack for $4 or a 12-pack of glazed donuts for $5? I was like, you might as well get the $5 one, for the extra quantity or whatever. I still have 6 left, and I think today was the expiration date, so they're probably going to go stale by, not probably tomorrow, but the following day. They typically go more stale, so. It's always Grubhub. Grubhub's not affordable. I'm a college student. I can't really afford Grubhub. Not possible, but yeah, I mean, see what happens. I'm really hungry, though. I actually I've eaten a little bit today, but yeah, Walmart adventures. Go vlogging at Walmart. My amazing shopping experience. It's always ramen, exactly. If you ever get tired of the $1 rice, you can always get the $1 ramen, or whatever it is. I don't know what the price of it is. Thanks, Mike, for the $10 super chat. I wasn't actually being serious, but I appreciate that. I'll go get something. Actually, when do they close? They close in like 30 minutes. Actually, I will have to end the live stream in a minute. I'm gonna go get food. Let's get some claps in the chat for Mike. The $10 super chat. Appreciate that. But yeah, otherwise, that's basically it for the stream today. I do appreciate everybody tuning in, as always. I really do appreciate the support. I need to get food, so that's why I'm ending it. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure to hit the like button down below if you've not already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Again, we do live streams across the United States all the time. It's not just North Texas, obviously. But today was primarily focused around that. I do appreciate everybody tuning in, though, as always. And yeah, appreciate again Mike for the $10 super chat and the $5 one earlier from Sandy. Appreciate it as always. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Stay safe, especially if you're up there in western Pennsylvania. The storms are going to be entering that area here pretty shortly. But have a great rest of your night. Stay safe, and we will see you guys all again soon. Who knows when, but maybe next weekend if there's any severe weather ever coming back. But for right now, it's going to be pretty much a pretty inactive week, so we won't have a whole lot. But videos probably every other day this week. But other than that, appreciate everybody tuning in. Have a great rest of your night. And also, if you're new here, by the way, join our Discord server. Links in the chat if you want to join our community off the stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll see you guys all again soon.